Welcome to the first ever Monday movie show here at Cinema Crew. I am one of your hosts, Ashton. To my right is Brett.
What's going on, guys?
And behind the camera, but also he has his own camera, Christian.
What's up?
And we're just going to be talking about movies, TV, anything involving cinema in general. We're going to be doing this every Monday night, so you could be looking forward to it very late Monday or perhaps early Tuesday. I know it says Monday movie show, but might be early morning Tuesday, Monday movie show. So let's jump into our first topic. This weekend's box office was pretty impressive for a March movie release with, I guess you could call it two horror movies in the same weekend. But number one, Scream 6 won the box office with $44.5 million in its first opening weekend, followed by Creed 3, which made $27 million, followed by 65, which limped to $12.3 million, followed by Ant-Man 3 with 7, Cocaine Bear with 6, and then Jesus Revolution and Champions, both with 5, and this was also Champions opening weekend. So, Brett, do you think 65's failure at the box office says more about Adam Driver's potential to be the lead of future films, or do you blame that on the marketing department for how they marketed the film?
Oh, no, I would 100% blame the marketing department. I don't see a problem with Adam Driver, especially given, like, the Star Wars sequels. Like, he wasn't the best character, I would say, but for the way he was written, he did a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I've enjoyed Adam Driver in almost everything he's in. I don't think the problem, like, we're going to see it tonight, and I don't see the problem being Adam Driver. Or I thought the marketing was actually decent, but
well, there's only so much you can do.
But no one went to see it.
With a movie about dinosaurs.
But no one went to see it. So it had a just so people understand, 65's operating budget was $45 million, not including marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a Super Bowl trailer. So the marketing was probably around $50 million, maybe a little bit less. So you're looking at a $100 million movie making $12 million in its opening weekend. That does not bode well for future Adam Driver projects. But I don't think studios will be too shy, because I think it's less about Adam Driver, and I think it's more about this. I think the movie looks interesting, but I guess the public, the normal moviegoer, did not find it interesting enough to go out and see it. It sounds like to me a lot of people thought we can just stream this movie.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone has like bombs in the theater, you know, like Ryan Reynolds was in Green Lantern, so you know, like you can't let that like stain his career.
Well, Christian, what about you? Did you find, were you interested in seeing this movie when you saw the trailer? Like what made you not want to go out and see it?
I just think there was better options. You have Scream 6, which I haven't seen yet personally, but must be enjoyable with $44.5 million. They made $44.5 million. Also saw Creed 3 earlier with you. Thought that was pretty good. I just think there's better options this week. I'd rather see Cocaine Bear, honestly, than 65.
It was good. Cocaine Bear was really good. Not even gonna lie.
Like, this is something I need to go watch.
Other than that, Creed 3 has now made over $100 million domestically, so it's going to make back its money, and then some. 65's not. Scream 6 already made back its entire budget, at least operating budget. They still have probably another weekend so they can make up their marketing, but Scream 6, surprisingly, I did not think it would do that well.
Yeah,
a horror movie in March, especially the 6th one.
I mean, well, I kind of expected that. Like, I didn't expect it to do like great, but like you said, it's the 6th movie. Like, it's gone through like 2 or 3 decades.
But typically, you see the more sequels that come out, like look at the Fast and Furious movies, for example. The more movies that come out, typically the less people are going to go out and watch it, because they're like, I don't want to see Scream 6. I'll just wait for it to come out on, VOD, or, like they're tired of, like that's like why the Saw movies kind of ran out of gas, because after the first 3, people are like, okay, I've seen it.
What else can you do?
Those also got like more graphic. Too.
Yeah, but
because like that's beyond slasher.
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised Scream had the legs, but I wonder if they lucked out. And I've heard it's good. I'm gonna check it out. I've heard it's good, but I wonder if they lucked out by having Jenna Ortega be the lead,
for sure.
because they locked her up in the last movie before she got big, and now that she's big, people are like, I think your average moviegoer went, I wouldn't normally care to go see Scream, but Jenna Ortega's in it, and she's a very big actress, so they're like, I'll check it out, and then we're pleasantly surprised, and then the word of mouth brought it up more. That's what I think happened. Plus, people do have a itch for horror movies in non like fall and winter months, so maybe people were like let's go check it out. I'm just surprised that it won by so much. We can also look at Cocaine Bears. Already made $51 million, and it had a budget of $30, so it's done incredibly well.
See, that is just that itches people's like need for like violence, because like it's a bear. What are you gonna do?
But it's also just the name itself, I think, drew people. But the last thing we could talk about is Champions, and its opening weekend made $5 million.
Not surprised. I was not interested to see that movie at all.
The budget, I couldn't find the budget anywhere. It didn't have a great marketing budget because there was barely any trailers for it, so I'm assuming it was very low. But it's clear that the studio behind it did not have confidence in it. That's why they just kind of dropped it in the middle of March. But it's just, I'm surprised it made that little money. Like it's going to be a pretty much a straight to VOD movie at this point. But
can't win them all.
So the budget was $4.5 million.
I looked it up, and there's nothing that I could find that could confirm it. It was just very low. But that's the box office for this week. Tell us, what you guys think stands out. I think Scream making that big of a jump in the box office really says a lot about just the legs that Scream has, and maybe the star power that Jenna Ortega has at the theater. So let us know what you guys think. Let's go to the next topic.
The Super Mario movie is actually getting an earlier release date than expected. Apparently it's getting moved up to April 5th instead of the 7th. This bump will give an early boost at the box office ahead of Easter holiday weekend. It now falls on the date of a Jewish holiday Passover. Ashton, is this a good sign for the Super Mario movie?
Yeah, why not? Like, it's Easter weekend. You move a couple days and get a couple, they can boost the numbers of it by releasing it earlier. They can say, oh, we made, if they even make an extra 20 million, that goes from 50 to 70 or 100 to 120. Looks a lot better from the standpoint of the numbers. But people are going to go see this movie anyway. In my opinion, it's going to be the biggest movie of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be the biggest movie of the year. I think it's going to make $1 billion. Because it's $1 billion. I think it will make $1 billion at the box office. Wonder Woman made $1 billion. Last couple Star Wars movies all made $1 billion. Endgame made $1 billion. I think this can make $1 billion because it reaches every single demographic.
That's true.
Every single age group. This is how the OG Pixar movies came out, like Toy Story and them, where it just hit every single demographic known to man. So I think Super Mario Brothers is going to absolutely crush the box office, and the new trailer I thought was just great. Like, you had little Easter eggs in there. I was a little worried they put so much into the movie. They have Rainbow Road. Looks like they've got the Mario Kart games, and they've got Luigi, and they've got Bowser, and they've got Donkey Kong, and they've got all these little things. But it looks really good. It looks really good.
Yeah, I like how they introduced the video game mechanics, because we get to see Mario Kart, and then we get to see him going through an actual level, and him actually getting his power ups.
I would love to see a lot of different Nintendo characters shoved into there, because they have the rights to all of those.
Yeah,
like a Super Smash Bros. Roster, just chilling.
Or them going through a Super Smash Bros. Match, and they just start fighting each other.
See, that's what I thought. Seeing the trailer, when he was fighting Donkey Kong,
that was crazy.
I was like, is this a Smash Bros. thing?
It's definitely seemed like a hint to it. But what do you guys think about the trailer? You guys, does it make you more excited?
I thought it was great. I'm really excited. I think when the cast first came out, it was a little oh, they're padding the cast with big name actors, trying to get people to come see the movie. But based off the trailers, I think that they're not going to need that star power. I think it's beautiful cinematography. It's great CGI. And like especially when I heard that like Chris Pratt wasn't going to be doing like a Mario voice, I was like, oh no, that's not going to be good. But it doesn't really matter in all aspects.
Here's something I have to say though. Isn't it funny how this is the last trailer because they call it the final trailer? We still have not heard a lot of lines from Chris Pratt.
Yeah, that is true.
I thought they were going to finally rest that, but in every trailer, it's either been Peach narrating or Bowser narrating. And I wonder if that's just because they want to, like, wait to reveal it during the movie. Like, we've heard, I think it was one line in that trailer that we heard. Like, I think he talked about Luigi, like, wanting to get his brother back. And the other trailers was either, like, nothing or, like, one line.
Well, like, we've heard his, like iconic, like, Wahoo ones.
Yeah, but like, they've made it a point for some reason to hide the voice. And I think it's because they don't want any more backlash.
Do you think people are going to be surprised when they go into the movie and not hear like an Italian accent?
Oh, definitely. I mean, people were already upset at Seth Rogen being chosen to be Donkey Kong. But when you look at all the games throughout the years, Donkey Kong never really had a voice.
Yeah.
So
the kids, yeah. So it can't really. Plus, I thought he did a great job with Pumbaa, except for the singing. So
why was there outlash for him to?
I don't know. It's like
because you can't. Mario is such a big property. No matter who they would have cast, I think Charlie Day was the only one that like people were unanimously like, yeah, that's perfect. But like even Jack Black was criticized for like being cast as Bowser, and we all know the criticism of Chris Pratt. So I think it's just because it's such an iconic character that everyone loves. They're going to be mad regardless. So but that's a reason I think it's going to be so big, because people are going to go out and see it, and even people who hate it are going to go hate watch it. So I think that movie's going to be big. But let's go on to the next topic. So third topic of the day, we're going to take a break real quick from movie news, and we're going to talk about something special with our channel here at Cinema Crew. So we want to discuss a special challenge to our subscribers and to our viewers. We are brand new channel. We're starting out. We want to really like push for growth and more subscriber count so we can get to 1,000. 1,000 is our goal. We would love to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. That would be great. That would be wonderful. So to try to help push that, we are helping out our very own Brett here by getting him, if we hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, a Muscle Man Funko Pop, which, Christian, do you know how much that retails for?
You can probably pull up like an eBay listing, like, you can probably edit one in. But, yeah, they go around like 400, 500 now. And the whole sets go for about a few thousand.
Last time I checked, it was at 300.
Wow. They're going up because regular show, that boost on TikTok.
So
all the regular show clips.
So if we get to 1,000 subscribers, Brett will be gifted a Muscle Man Funko Pop, which is worth somewhere around $300 to $500 from Christian and I, in honor of hitting that milestone. But
let me sub in. For this one. If we do not hit our goal of 1,000 subs by the end of the year, Brett has to buy me and Ashton our own Muscle Man Funko Pop. So he has to buy us two if we do not hit our goal.
Yep, and Brett's already agreed to this. He's agreed to buy me and Christian both a Muscle Man Funko Pop. His silence speaks volumes, but just so we can repeat that, if we hit 1,000 subscribers, we will buy Brett a Muscle Man Funko Pop. But if we don't, Brett has to buy both of us a Muscle Man Funko Pop. So help out Brett. This is a win-win for Brett. If we hit 1,000 subscribers, Brett gets a Muscle Man Funko Pop, and we get 1,000 subscribers. And you save him for having to buy both of us a Funko Pop. So let's hit 1,000.
Subscribe.
If you're watching, we ask you to please subscribe.
Come on, join the crew, guys.
So this is great motivation for not only Brett, but for our viewers. So,
all right. So according to Rotten Tomatoes, Warner Brothers and Tim Burton are ready to come out and say that they're making another Beetlejuice, and there's no talks of Winona Ryder coming back to be in this one, but I think Jenna Ortega will really bring some star power to that, as we were talking about earlier.
She seems to be almost like the queen of like horror right now. She's got Wednesday, and she's
Yeah.
got Scream, and now she'll have Beetlejuice too.
Like, this new generation is really, like, attracted to horror. I don't know why, like, slasher stuff.
Well, it's also like Tim Burton. Like, it makes sense. Like, he just did Wednesday with her, and so he's gotten to like her, and then he's going to do Beetlejuice 2 now, and so he can bring her over to it. And directors like working with certain actors, so that makes sense, like, why she would be in talks to star. And Michael Keaton's coming back. I don't know if it's a little too late to have another Beetlejuice, because I feel like people just, like, the younger generation just hasn't really watched it. Like, Christian, have you watched Beetlejuice?
No.
So yeah, do you even know anything about Beetlejuice?
I just know what it looks like. That's it. Like,
You remember the suit?
yeah, I
They
remember
were,
saying
yeah.
Beetlejuice. But
Beetlejuice.
That's about it. But I think it would be a nice take on it, putting Jenna Ortega into it, because I mean she did a good job on Wednesday. I need to go see Scream. I'm not sure. Have y'all seen it yet?
No,
No.
I haven't.
Yeah, I wonder how she did in that. Cause was she the lead?
She was one of the leads. It's Scream
Was it
kind of like
multi-lead?
revolves, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. Do you think this is a good move to bring Jenna Ortega in? And do you think it's a little too late for Beetlejuice 2? Because, I mean, Top Gun worked, but had Tom Cruise. So do you think that Tim Burton can revive the Beetlejuice movies?
Well, I mean, they're already bringing back Michael Keaton to play Batman again, so I guess.
Oh, that's the W move.
Michael Keaton's just doing the old send-off tour for his career. He's doing all the old movies he used to do. All right, so our next topic of the day is, according to Rotten Tomatoes, last weekend, Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut, Creed 3, set a box office record for the best domestic opening ever for a sports movie. As it turns out, even before that huge opening, Amazon and MGM had been talking to Jordan for the past year about a series of Creed-related projects that would essentially create a Creedverse or a Creed cinematic universe. These projects reportedly include a Rocky anime series, another live-action TV series, a Drago spin-off movie starring Dolph Lundgren, a project centered on the deaf daughter of Michael B. Jordan's Adonis Creed character.
And let me just say something real quick. When me and Ashton went and saw the Creed movie, I called it. I was like, they're gonna create some sort of TV show around their daughter, or it's gonna go on Netflix, Amazon, HBO.
Yeah, and I said no, there's no way. And then this news came out a day later. Brett, do you think it's a wise move, considering Creed 3's success, or do you think it's going to be a little? Do you think it's just this is doubling down too much on the Creed and Rocky content?
I mean, I think it's kind of smart given the magnitude of Michael B. Jordan, and you don't really have too many like Amazon originals that you see like doing great out there. Because like Amazon mostly will have like,
What are you talking about? They have Rings of Power.
come on, like, be real. But like Amazon Prime isn't like doing well to compete with like Netflix, who have like Stranger Things and Wednesday and You, and then you got like Hulu, which has like exclusive contracts with like TV stations, so they get all the good shows the next day. So like I feel like personally Amazon is kind of like dying in terms of like their streaming service. So
Yeah.
I think this is a really smart idea
To get some cheap content out that is like
Yeah,
quality, like
to reach
quality content.
huge demographics, because like with Creed, that's another thing. Like with Star Wars, how Star Wars spans all the way back to the 70s. Creed and like the Rocky movies, they go all the way back and they reach multiple different generations. So it's good. It'll draw in older viewers while attracting these younger viewers that want to see their favorite actors.
I think it's good on the move of Amazon because it's a low risk, high reward situation where they probably don't have to pay a lot for it. They probably aren't that expensive to do because it's just boxing movies, boxing shows. So it's probably not that expensive to get the rights. It's not that expensive to make, and Amazon can probably profit off of it pretty well. Or it's a big draw, like, hey, we have a Creed show or we have a Creed movie. I just don't know. I just don't know if it'll be a little like one or two, like just a show or just a movie. Yeah, but they want to do like an anime and then 2 different shows and then maybe another movie or 2. It's just maybe a little bit too much of one thing, for me at least. Because I love Creed and I love Rocky. I've seen every single movie, but I just don't want it to become oversaturated. Like I'd rather have quality over quantity personally. But I mean, if Michael B. Jordan's looking at maybe have his hands in it, that could be really good. I trust Michael B. Jordan, but yeah, like would you guys watch all of the stuff that they're talking about, or like I feel like I would just pick like the one that I hear good things about, or maybe the one that interests me, but I don't know if I'd go into every single one.
I feel like it might have done, or like it might do better if they didn't give out everything they're doing and kind of like oversaturate their viewers. They could be like, oh, we're developing a show, and if like they get halfway through season 1 and they're getting good reviews, and we're like, oh, okay, we're going to continue. We're going to give you guys more content.
Yeah.
As opposed to, here's some content, like, feast on it,
Yeah, they shouldn't just drop, like, 3, 4 things at once. They just focus on one series, and if that does well, then they can move on.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to drop this all at once or anything. I just think, like, announcing it all seems a little overwhelming. Maybe, like, they didn't have to announce everything. Like, just announce, like, the TV show. Like, but the Drago the Drago movie or show has been in development for years. Since like Creed 2 came out, and we still haven't seen it. So I don't know what the holdup is on that, because like they actually interest me a lot. Like I wouldn't mind a show or movie from it, but
I just think it's kind of going down the rabbit hole. Like every character needs their own spinoff.
Yeah.
It just seems like a little too much for me, but I mean, we'll see.
Yeah, but hey, let us know in the comments. Would you guys be interested in seeing a Creed verse style, cinematic universe on Amazon, or is it just a little too much and you just would rather stick to the movies? But let us know in the comments below.
All right. With the 95th Oscars airing last night, Disney decided to drop a full trailer for the live-action Little Mermaid starring Halle Bailey and Melissa McCarthy. What do you guys think of the trailer, and does it excite you for the movie that's coming up?
Let's see. I personally am not that excited. Like, of course, it's nostalgia, but nothing stood out to me to the point where it's like, oh, I need to go see this. This looks like it's fun. This looks like it's exciting. Like, same thing that happened with the live-action Beauty and the Beast. It wasn't something that I was like, oh, I need to go see this.
Did you feel the same about the Lion King movie?
Or
was that different?
I didn't expect a lot from that. Like, just looking at the way they CGI'd all the characters in the Lion King, it just didn't look good to me. But like I think this has some potential. It's not like they hired some like no-name actors to play these roles. Like, these are iconic characters, and like, of course, like, probably not a lot of people have heard of Halle Bailey, but both her and her sister are really musically gifted. And I mean, me myself, I don't enjoy Melissa McCarthy too much, which, I mean, you guys may or may not know she's playing Ursula in the movie. But yeah, I think at the end of the day, she is a very comedic actor. So I think she can pull it off. But what do you think, Ashton?
I have multiple thoughts. They always nail the casting for me. Most of the live action, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, like Lion King, I feel like the casting is never the problem. I feel like it's always the script and the direction that they do.
Fair.
Like I remember for Lion King, it was the fact that it just felt lifeless with the animation they chose.
Well,
and
see, it's hard to animate.
Animals. Yeah, but like,
lions are very
but that should have been on the drawing room floor where they were like, okay, is this worth it? Is it worth to do a live action? Like, I would have rather seen. I think the way like you could have fixed the Lion King is, instead of doing realism, do like a animated again, but just like even like a not like a Spider-Verse style,
like a Toy Story animation,
but like just high quality. Like, they could have experimented with the animation style without doing realism, because I don't think realism worked with Lion King.
Oh yeah.
Then you've got Aladdin, which I thought the problem with Aladdin was they did not pull from the songs of the Broadway musical enough, and they should have adjusted the plot, I feel, to be more in line with the Broadway musical as opposed to the original movie. There's a movie, there's just nothing. The original movie is so short. It's so short. It's quick, and there's a lot of holes in the plot. There was some casting problems with that. I feel like Jafar was terrible, but other than that, the casting was good. It was just, and I feel like the direction, as opposed to, like visually, I thought it looked good, and I thought the direction was fine, other than the story aspect and where they were pulling everything from. And they decided to change songs for no reason, it felt like. And then you move on to, what was the other one they did? Lion King had Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast problem was just Belle, essentially, and she couldn't sing. And I've heard someone say this before, and it still stands true. If you're going to remake these iconic Disney movies, the best chance you have is to make it as good as the original. So what's the point other than money? So, am I excited for Little Mermaid? Sure. But I'll be showing my kids the original Little Mermaid cartoon. And so it's it's fine. I'll be excited to see the songs. I'm always excited to see the standout characters that make the characters their own. From Beauty and the Beast, it was Gaston and LeFou, because those actors embraced making their characters unique enough to stand out. And if everyone's doing that, it could be great. Yeah. But I don't know if that's the direction they're going to go, so we'll see. I am nervous about Melissa McCarthy being menacing at all. I'm afraid they might make her too jokey, but I mean, the trailer itself made me, I guess, a little bit more excited for it, but some of the animation looked questionable. Some of the wide shots where she's in the ocean, the darker shots looked cool, but some of the stuff where she's in broad daylight under the water,
it looks like a Zack Snyder movie.
It does look like a Zack Snyder movie if Zack Snyder turned all the saturation way up. But the animation looked iffy in some points, good in other parts. It just I have mixed feelings about live action Disney movies. But Christian, what do you think? Did it make you excited at all for Little Mermaid?
Personally, I mean, I'm always gonna prefer the animated over the realism style that they go for. But I'm excited to see it because I just have I love Disney movies personally. So
I just felt like this is a Disney Plus movie. This is a movie I will watch on Disney Plus, and I'm not going to pay $7 to go see it.
It's not going to get my $7. I need that for a 4 for 4. But I'm going to see it on Disney Plus when it comes out. With The Last of Us ending, how do you guys think the season did overall? And did you enjoy the finale? And where do you think this will lead into season 2?
Brett?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it yet because I'm one of those people that like to wait till all the episodes are
binge it. Yeah. But you're planning on watching it.
Yeah, I'm planning on watching it.
And Christian, I know you've watched it, so this is gonna be a me and you conversation real quick. But I enjoyed the season very much. I thought the first 3 or 4 episodes were flawless, almost flawless TV, and Pedro Pascal is just he's gonna be raking in some money this year. He has single-handedly put Disney Plus and HBO on his back and is just carrying those streaming services.
He has been my favorite actor and lead in every show I've watched so far. The Mandalorian, he's flawless. This show, he did an amazing job playing Joel.
And what people are asking now is what's going to happen in season 2, because they finished in season 1 the story of the first game. And a lot of people don't know this, but it's already come out that for season 2, if you watch season 1 and you've played the games, they changed a little things here and there, but for the most part, it's the same story overall. For season 2, because of how much backlash the games had, the season 1 showrunner and the writers have already said it's going to divert from that path. So season 2 is not going to follow all of the stuff from the games for the second game. They're going to spread it out over 2 or 3 seasons because there's more that happens in the second game, and they're going to change the story drastically as opposed to the first season.
That's actually kind of crazy because, for me, you would think, hey man, if I'm HBO, I'm rushing this second season out, trying to book as much money as I can. But apparently, the first season took 4 years. It's been a thing since before the first second game got released. that they were going to make a TV series. So.
And for those of you who don't know, the first game was widely considered one of the greatest games, on the PlayStation ever made. Like, it's one of the best zombie games or survival games, however you want to describe it. It's one of the best games ever made. People did not think that of the second game, and some people love the second game story, and some people hate the second game story. And to not spoil it, it's an older game. A lot of it has to do with Joel and Ellie's story and like how it follows them and how the dynamic changes in the second game. So I think HBO said, okay, well, everyone clearly loved the first game, so we'll adapt that shot for shot almost. And then when it comes to the second game, we are going to divert from that a little bit and change it up. And I think it's smart too, because if they adapt the second game into a second, there's too much in that story to go into just one season. And then on top of that, then they run out of stuff. Like, they gotta, like, and they don't want just 2 seasons out of this property. They probably want 4 or 5 seasons minimum, especially with how much traction it's getting. And this is a spoiler for the game real quick. So, like, if you don't want to know about the spoilers, just click ahead. But Joel dies in the second game. Christian, you remember how you played the second game?
Yeah.
And how early on? Remind me, how early on is it in the game?
He dies within probably like 20 minutes of gameplay. He basically, so basically what happens is in the second game, you meet this girl named Abby, and she is the daughter of the doctor Joel kills at the end of season 1. Like, Joel shoots him straight in the head, saving Ellie from getting surgery done on her. So Abby's main goal in life is to find Joel and kill him. She ends up finding him, and she kills Joel, like, basically within 20 minutes of gameplay.
And then you play as Ellie for most of the game instead of Ellie and Joel. So people did not like that, and they did not like that Joel just dies. And so a lot of fans, even people who watched the first season of The Last of Us, were like, yeah, we like this season, but get ready to, like, hate yourself in season 2. And so I think the writers know that, and they know how divisive it is. And plus, like, I love Bella Ramsey as an actress. She cannot carry the show by herself. I don't think so. Plus, like, Pascal is so popular, you're not going to take him out of that in episode 2 of season 2. Like, that
would kill viewership.
That would kill viewership. I don't think she can carry it right now by herself. Give her maybe 2 seasons, maybe she could carry it.
And once she gets an attraction to her, because at first, I'm going to be honest, I did not like her as an Ellie. Like, I loved Pedro Pascal, but Bella Ramsey is actually I did not like. But as the show went on, I felt
she grows on you.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I actually like her. She can act, like, she knows what she's doing. Like, she grew this connection where now I see her as Ellie instead of this random.
But if you're an HBO executive right now, and you've seen how successful the first season is, and you see how successful Mandalorian is, and you're sitting there and you go, okay, so if we adapt the second game, shot by shot like we did the first one, that means Pedro Pascal is going to die pretty early. I think all these experts will go, no, we're not doing that. There's no reason to kill off one of the best characters, the main characters of the show. And that's, again, it was divisive for the fan base already. So I think what they're going to do is they're going to keep him on. They're going to extend the story and probably just maybe adapt a lot of the stuff from the second game, but probably adapt it so that Joel remains alive until they feel maybe Bella can take it over from him. But I don't see that happening for at least 2 seasons, because Bella is still, by all accounts, like, relatively new to, like, the spotlight. Like, she had a small role on Game of Thrones, and then she got this. So it's not like people, like, have seen a long work from Bella Ramsey, and we haven't seen her without Joel really a whole lot. So I think they're going to keep him on and maybe at least get 2 more seasons out of Joel's character.
Do you think when they go into season 2, Bella Ramsey's going to play, like, the adult version of Ellie? She's like, I can't remember the exact age she is, but I know she's like 18, 19, 20, in season 2.
Do you think they're going to age her up at all? Is that what you're saying?
Do you think they're going to replace her, or do you think they're going to use her?
No, I think they'll still the showrunner.
Like,
yeah, but
Ellie is she grows. Like, she looks like a woman in the second season or second game.
Well, for what the showrunner said, they're keeping her on unless she wants to quit.
So do you think they're going to write something in between season 1 and season 2 and actually put stuff in between our filler stuff?
or what they could do, they could either do that or they could just pick it up right after, because like how big is the time jump between the first and second games?
Pretty big.
So they like if you're asking me what I would do if I was the writer, I would just pick it up between those gap years and do whatever you want with it.
Your own season
Yeah.
between it, but it's such a big gap.
But also you have to remember too, Bella Ramsey, like just like with most actors, because I think they aged up Pedro Pascal a little bit, because like he does not look that old in person. So I think they aged him up, because remember the flashbacks where he looked younger, and that looked more like what he usually looks like. I think they aged him up, and I think they aged her down, because she's like 18, 19. So I don't think it'd be that hard to age her up to her normal age, because they do that with actors all the time. So I don't think it'd be that hard. I don't think that'd be a big jump for people, unless they made like a 15-year gap and she still looks like that, and then people be like, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they're gonna do. I'm excited for season 2 and where it's gonna go, but I am a little nervous about the story. You know, how they're going to navigate it. But I trust HBO. If anyone could do it, it's HBO writers.
What
but
do you mean, Velma? Best HBO writing show.
We're not going to get into that today.
that's another topic for another time.
Ashley
But
loves Velma.
but let us know.
Moving on to our next topics, but let us know what you guys think.
Like, are you excited for season 2?
1,
Yeah, you guys excited for season 2? Where do you think it's going? Now the spoilers are gone, so you guys can tune back in. But our last topic of the day is what's coming up this week. What's coming out this weekend? Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods is the movie that's coming out. It's been a while since we've seen Shazam, but Brett,
like 5-ish years, but I'm not honestly I'm not too excited for this movie, simply because of what they did in the first movie. Like you pulled out all the stops in the first Shazam movie. It's like the whole family has powers at this point. What more can you do other than be like, hey, here's Black Adam in the movie, which of course they're not going to do. They even shoehorned Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman into their trailer, just as a little like a little gift bag. Like, please come see my movie. Because you have,
please see my movie.
Yeah, they have like Helen Mirren playing like a god.
I'm sorry.
Just people who cannot match up physically to what Zachary Levi looks like as Shazam.
Now let me step in real quick. It looks like it's written by like a Nickelodeon writer. This looks like a kids movie. Like, it doesn't look good. I
laugh every time the trailer. It has I'm sorry. I laugh in the theater every time that trailer comes up, and Lucy Liu is like she is sitting on like a CGI dragon, and she's like, "It's over now," or whatever she says, like something generic. And she's like, "It's over," and then it goes to Shazam, and he's just like, "Yeah, it is." And like, for you, like, it's so bad. And to think that Lucy Liu at her age is intimidating is so funny. It's like Helen Mirren and like Lucy Liu with like gray hair on like CGI dragons going like, "It's over," and then Shazam's like, "Not while I'm around." Like, that's so bad.
Nothing's over while I'm breathing.
Do y'all know the Shazam 2 budget?
What is the budget?
$125 million.
Yeah, it's not making that
Do you
back.
think it'll make it
It's
back?
not making
No.
that back.
What do you think it's gonna get first week?
42 million.
Or I guess, what's your guess, Ashton?
33 million.
I'm guessing. I think it's gonna do its best week first week, and after people realize it's dog shit, they're gonna tell their friends.
Well, they always do. Like, the best week's always the first
I think
week.
it's gonna be 50 million.
Maybe
After
50 million.
that-
So you
after
got
that-
50. You got.
44.
I've got 33. I think it's gonna bomb. I think people.
it'll have a decent first week, but then after that's gonna be like, okay, now why did I waste my $750 on this?
But you know how people will like hate watch stuff? I feel like people will go watch this to laugh at it. Because that's what I'm
hate
feeling
watch. You're
prepared
gonna
to
hate
do.
watch this?
I don't think people. See, I just don't think.
Worth hate watching.
I don't think people are gonna hate watch it, because I think, and this, I'm sorry, but this is just what's killed, I think, the audience too. James Gunn basically rebooting the DCEU, I think, will also kill this movie.
Didn't that ruin like everything like Batman was? Because isn't he rewriting everything?
Well, they're rebooting everything,
Oh,
but
so
he
it's
said we're gonna keep Shazam, but I think that's just a thing of like,
No, it's
I think they're saying that so people don't go avoid the movie and go watch it. And I think after the movie comes out, he'd be like, oh, by the way, we're not keeping Shazam.
Yeah, because a lot of people go see something
Yeah.
when it doesn't affect the main continuity.
I also think Aquaman's done.
Oh, yeah.
And I think they're just saying, no, Aquaman's still in it. And it's like, mm-mm.
I mean, if you,
Don't believe you.
If you are making a Superman movie, his movie Superman Legacy, which focuses on a younger Superman, why would you want to keep a fully grown, like, 6 foot whatever Jason Momoa
as
you
Aquaman?
You got Batfleck.
Plus, it screams
Ezra Miller.
Jason Momoa screams Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And I don't think James Gunn wants to keep that around. But
And I mean, oh yeah, just sorry, this is kind of off topic. But Ezra Miller, it's just after all the stuff he's done,
they're saying we might keep him.
this movie, this Flash movie, better be life changing.
Better.
Because I would have fired him a long time ago for the stuff he'd done.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just release this movie on streaming, like the Flash movie. But back to the Shazam movie, I think it's gonna bomb. I could be wrong, but I think it's gonna make like 30 million or lower. Like, I don't think people are gonna go see it. I think people know that it's out. Like, I think they wasted the Shazamily on the first movie.
Yeah, they sure
and
did.
now, and it looks from the trailer like they immediately are taking away their powers because they're like, oh crap, what do we do with all these Shazams? Take away, and they've given the villains the power to take away power. And so I'm like, okay, of course they're going to immediately take the Shazam kids out of it. But it looks so bad. They could have chosen any villain for this movie, and they chose old people.
Maybe they'll go that route of Flashpoint Shazam, where it takes all the kids to form one body. But yeah, I think that like 6 superpowered children, that's way too much.
That should have been a third movie thing, or
Definitely.
the end of the second movie. Like, that should not have been the
Like,
first movie
They
climax.
should have, like, if they wanted to do that, they should have given like Freddy powers in the end, because Freddy was his sidekick through the whole first movie.
Yeah, but tell us what you guys think. Like, are you guys excited to see Shazam this weekend? I'm not, and I will probably not see it. This is a wait for streaming on HBO kind of movie. It's not something I would waste my money on, and I don't think Shazam's going to be in the DCU anymore. So, but hey, let us know if you guys are excited down below. That's it for today's show. We hope you guys enjoyed watching it. We're going to be here every Monday. We've got, I think, 5 subscribers as of this recording, so we're only 995 away from getting Brett that Funko Pop. So, hey, subscribe if this is your first time on the channel. We've got content like this coming out weekly, sometimes more than weekly. So, and let us know below like what you guys want us to talk about. If we end up picking your comments, we will shout you out in the next video. If you guys have any other video ideas for us, again, let us know. If we use it, we will put your comment at the beginning of the video. So thank you guys again. I'm Ashton. This is my co-host Brett, and Christian's behind the camera. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good week.